Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie commentary reaction. Today, we're going to be watching The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Now, this one on the Patreon poll. And I just want to give a shout out to all the people who voted for this one because it's been on the Patreon poll for a couple of times and it just kept barely missing it. But now, today is the day it finally won, and I am really excited about this for a couple reasons. Now, I do know Jesse James and the legend behind, that name and the Western world of things. It's really interesting. This week has been a lot of Western movies and films, which I'm not mad about at all. I think that's actually really cool. But yeah, I know Jesse James was, from what I can remember, and you guys can correct me in the comments as well, or maybe add on to my commentary as well. Jesse James was kind of like Bonnie and Clyde sort of level of just their vigilantism. And he was kind of like a Robin Hood figure. He kind of like stole from the rich, gave to the poor. At least that's what the stories have said. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking that this film is going to be about that. I know Brad Pitt is going to be performing in this as well, and a couple of other names as well too that I can't just think of on the top of my head. But yes, I do know another thing that I'm very excited about upon hearing upon this film is Roger Deakins. Now, guys, if you don't know who Roger Deakins is, he is a very well-known cinematographer and one of the best, in my opinion, in the business and just in the art form of capturing storytelling. You might have known his work in 1917 and Fargo, and a lot of Coen brother films, Blade Runner 2049, just so many films that have inspired me, not only as a filmmaker, as a photographer, but as an artist, as a human. He's just incredible. It's just one of those things where I just become so inspired by his efforts into his craft, and it's just really awesome. And him as well as a person just seems so genuine. He's one of the people I would love to meet before he passes away or anything like that. But yes, Roger Deakins is the one that is doing the cinematography to this, and a lot of the Patreon people have mentioned that this is one of his best works, actually, which is saying a lot because he has a lot of incredible works that I am floored by. I mean, my personal favorite being Blade Runner 2049. So I'm really interested in seeing what that kind of portrays itself throughout this film. But another thing that kind of took my interest is this long title. This is a very long title. I thought it was just going to be The Assassination of Jesse James, but it's The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be one of those unreliable narratives as well too. Maybe is this going to be kind of told from a perspective that is not really following a first person of Jesse James, but instead another person who may be, trying to fight or documenting Jesse James. I'm not quite sure, but I'm just going by what the title is kind of telling me. So there's a lot of interesting things already that are poking out about this film, and we haven't even stepped into it. So guys, this is a 2 hour and 40-minute film. I'm only going to be able to cut this up so much, for YouTube edit, and because Roger Deakins is the one doing the cinematography for this, I'm probably going to say a lot of things that I love about the cinematography. If you guys don't know, I grew up with street photography and cinematography, and I really do love that, mostly in regards of filmmaking rather than the other aspects, which I do. I love every aspect, but cinematography and photography is just my love, and that's what catches my eye, literally. So I will be saying a lot of things about this film probably, so if you want to see and hear everything that I do have to say, definitely check out the Patreon link below. There you'll be able to watch and listen to everything I have to say, because you'll be able to link up your copy of the film with mine, and there you'll be able to literally hear all of the 2 hours and 40 minutes of commentary that I'll be providing to you guys. So if that is something that you're like, that sounds really cool, I would like to, listen to James for 2 hours and 40 minutes. If you're that type of person, then definitely check out the Patreon link below. But like always, guys, you know the drill. I just want to say thank you so much before we get into this. Let's hop right into this. Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Again, I'm going to say this before the film starts. If you do like to hear If you would like to hear everything that I do have to say about this film, again, it is 2 hours and 40 minutes over here on my side. And I do have to cut this up for YouTube. Definitely check out the Patreon link because I will most definitely be saying a lot of things that unfortunately will be not in the YouTube edit. So again, check that out if you would like to. But other than that, let's enjoy the film, guys.
In a rocking chair and smoked a cigar down in the evenings as his wife wiped her pink hands on an apron and reported happily on their 2 children.
So already what I'm noticing is aberrations. I believe that's what it's called. It's when they usually derive from older cinema lenses where it would kind of distort the film or distort the image. It wouldn't make it perfect. Filmmakers usually use that to kind of like display a narration of distorting reality. Something that may or may not be true.
Referred to as granulated eyelids, and it caused him to blink more than usual, as if he found creation slightly more than he could accept.
God, already. You guys knew it was going to start. Like, the cinematography, just already. Look at this.
Clocks slowed. Sounds were amplified.
This is next level, guys. This is absolutely
a Southern loyalist and guerrilla.
A whole other level. This is great.
Because you don't have the ingredients, son.
Yeah, he's definitely wanting to be part of this gang. We saw in the earlier scene just a little bit, just his fascination towards wanting to be part of, I guess you could say, these gangs, the gunslingers here.
Maybe you and me could write her a note. Send it by post.
See, all you gotta do, Ed, is predict her needs and beat her to the punch.
This is interesting. I'm happy that we're getting some downtime with, I'm assuming is Jesse James' gang here.
We was only together once.
These are really good moments here.
Came up under the wagon.
Gorgeously shot, too, with the sun coming in the background and the fog kind of, well, I should say the mist kind of setting in.
The James gang committed over 25 bank, train, and stage.
I love that they're using this effect to kind of go into the narration of the Jesse James gang.
All the original members.
And I love the aberration effect here right now. It's really cool. Because again, visually, like I described earlier, I think it does a great job in telling a story narratively, but also creates a really interesting cinematography experience, you know? Golly, man. You gotta be kidding me. How do you, like, what is that? Like, I don't even understand. How is that even there? Oh my goodness. This looks like a train robbery if I ever seen one. That's for sure. He's listening to the sound. That's really cool. Again, reminds me of Red Dead Redemption. That is so visually incredible. I love that. Look at that shot. Look at how it's slowly zooming in and introducing the train here. That is so good. So many ways they could have done that, but I'm happy they went about it like that. Creates such a mysterious atmosphere. Makes this event that's about to happen just feel that much more I was wondering what was going to happen. I was like, is the train just going to hit the camera? That's awesome. And the music that's playing in the background is so haunting. So haunting. Especially with the visuals, with them wearing the mask.
Shit. Nope. Nope. You got anything good here?
There's just something very sinister about this. I don't know, like, it's just, the camera just not moving. It's so stagnant. Something very brutal about it.
Money. Money. You understand that?
Let's see it.
Give me your money.
That sounded like Arthur. Give me your money. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about this where, I don't know, like, it's just, I don't know, it's like when expectations meet reality. Or when myth meet reality. Because I know he stole from the rich, right? But it still feels so wrong, you know? Like, this feels wrong.
Don't shoot him! Don't shoot him.
Jesus. Wow. Oh, man.
I cannot do that.
This guy's no joke, man. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I don't know what I was expecting here, but I guess coming off of Tombstone, where everything was just so much of a spectacle, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, the cowboys, you know, Western. This is very, like, brutal reality. Wow. That was so well done.
To January, so I'm 19.
Yeah, you feel older than that, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
And this guy has like a weird fascination for Jesse James, you know, like it's like he's trying to get like approval or something like that.
Hey, Frank.
I guess there's a reason why he's there in the
sheriff's
first
out of
place. I'm not sure, you know, if he like, you know, had a job or something or he had family. Oh, wow. Okay. God damn, man.
Wouldn't Charlie get the gallons together?
That was brutal. It's interesting. I wonder if like Robert Ford is low key kind of like us because of our fascination towards Jesse James. And this movie is like slowly taking that and breaking it into reality for us, you know? Like who he really is.
If Jesse palavered with another person, Bob secretaried their dialogue, getting each inflection, reading every gesture and tick.
Yeah, he's just like, he is a super fan. Oh my goodness. He's literally trying to like emulate him. He's like trying to be like a chameleon almost, you know? Like that's otherworldly level of fascination.
Yeah. You want to be like me? Or you want to be me?
There you go. Just talking about that. Whether or not if he wants to be like him or be him, which are two different things. Wildly different.
And I'll look you up. I'll knock on your door. And I will be as mad as a hornet. I will be hot.
What the heck, man? What? Yo, the people that are in Jesse's gang are just like, they are a colorful group, man. God damn.
You see something?
Home of Major George Height, Wood's father, and uncle to Frank and Jesse James.
Roger Deakins' cinematography is just...
You stay away from this
I'm
one.
trying to find the best way to describe it,
She's my
but
dad's
it's
wife.
just such a... It's like watching a live storyboard. But the storyboard is a painting. You know, like instead of the storyboards being sketches, it's just a painting. It's like a mosaic painting, a Renaissance painting. That's like Roger Deakins' cinematography. It's destructively beautiful. I love those subtle camera movements. I really do. They remind me of David Fincher and his way of telling a story with the camera.
We were planning to capture you or get that reward, and that ain't true. But you might have suspected.
Oh boy. Oh man, I don't know what could happen. Oh God, you could just see his demeanor change Oh no.
Glad I stopped by.
Oh, me too.
Wow. Oh man, I was not sure if he was gonna kill him or not. I that whole scene was just super tense and well shot. The camera in complete stagnation. Oh god, it's a wide angle. Yep, I knew that was gonna pop off. Ooh. Whoa. We're not gonna talk about how they were missing each other from like 2 feet away, but dang, I knew something was gonna pop off because it was a wide angle right there. Oh my goodness. Yo, he did say he was gonna pop him in the head. Yo, he actually killed him.
Yeah, I slipped off the roof and I smacked down into a snowbank. Like a ton of stupidness. Second, I'm screaming, "Whoa, Nelly!" Next second, poof.
You are not doing a good job at
Whatever possessed you to?
just basically just hiding the fact that you just murdered somebody, man. Well, an accomplice of murdering somebody. You think Jesse James is that stupid?
Kite, what am I saying? There's a cat. A cat was on the roof and I went after him. It's a tomcat.
Brad Pitt does a great job at the subtle shift in his
The foot was gaining on you.
subtle shift of his facial features. I think he just made up his mind right there. I could be completely wrong, but that's what that just said to me, you know?
Yeah, come on, Bob. Tell us a story.
God.
You know, entertain, Jess.
God, it's like a ticking time bomb right now. Oh, Alfred Hitchcock would be freaking proud of this scene.
With our daddies. Your daddy was a pastor of the New Hope Baptist Church, and my daddy was a pastor of the church.
Oh, great. Is it going to continue panning in? Is it going to continue just like kind of going in as he speaks?
Frank and you is another brother, Robert, also. And my Christian, you have blue eyes, I have blue eyes. You're 5 feet 8 inches tall, I'm 5 feet 8.
Man, he's basically just confessing himself towards Jesse, man. And he thought he was going to be something different. He thought he was going to be something different. Yeah, that probably broke his heart, that's for sure. Broke his heart. That entire scene was incredible. Absolutely incredible. There was just so much tension there that you don't even know is there, but you can just feel it. I think the performances during that scene did a great job at highlighting, you know, the power of what Alfred Hitchcock, you know, talk about, like, you know, Hitchcock, the ticking time bomb, you know, bomb under the table. You don't know if something's gonna explode or not.
He hasn't seen
Because
hide
you-
nor hair of him.
Know two, like both of them.
You
You
say you
kind of
haven't seen
you
what?
kind of know what both are sort of capable of, like their ideologies, their intentions. Not 100%, but you know a little bit, and that starts to build as the scene continues. That was really well done. Oh man. Oh god. It's not looking too good for him. God. Jeez, guys. Like, oh, that was shot so well. That was shot so well. You knew it was going to happen, yet it still came as a surprise.
You got a tail swap with me now.
Yo, Brad Pitt is so good. Oh my God. Man. Oh my goodness, guys. This is unbelievable.
You going back to sleep now?
You got me agitated.
Oh man. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Jeez. Man, I need to get me that coat. That coat is just incredible. The fact that Jesse James is always dressed in all black, I think is just so eerie, so fascinating. It looks good. He just looks like a shadow just moving in the mist.
You think it's all made up, don't you? You think it's all yarns and newspaper stories.
You know, it's interesting because I'm wondering if he's adopting some of Jesse James's mannerisms too. Because I'm starting to see a little bit of it. A little bit of him portraying Jesse James and his movement.
Make me wonder. Maybe your mind's been changed about me.
Well, what do you want me to do? Swear my good faith on the Bible?
I feel like as the story progresses, his fascination of Jesse James, it's like in a fight with each other, you know, like the real Jesse James and then his fascination with him, and they're like wrestling with one another, and he's trying to figure out which one he wants to believe.
Taking out all of your clothes, and if I don't like his attitude, I will slit that Phil Doodle so deep he will flop on the floor like a fish.
Golly, man. Yo.
God, what just happened?
Yo, this dude is, he is unhinged.
Your little motor wondering, my gosh, what's next? What's happening to me?
Oh my goodness. Yo, Brad Pitt does a great job at playing unhinged characters, like in Fight Club and freaking Snatch. In this movie.
Need to go to the privy. Think you do, but you
don't. Yo, the tension is just absolutely, oh my goodness, man. It is next level. And the way that these are shot, like, oh, it's just so good. Every frame with Roger Deakins is just incredible.
Bob's possible moves and inclinations, and was only acting the innocent in order to lull Bob into stupid tranquility and miscalculation.
So they're both like doing things in misinformation, but it's like a misunderstanding. It seems like Jesse James is going through a lot of internal battles that he himself is just struggling with, and so he puts on this facade to mask it over. However, you know, he's thinking as if like, you know, he's figured him out. What an interesting story about these two people, right? About Robert Ford and Jesse James.
I haven't been acting correctly. Seems I hardly recognize myself when I'm greased.
This is an interesting shot because remember how that effect right there was used prior? I mean, you know, multiple times throughout the film, but it was because of the lens. But now he's just looking at it through the window, and the window itself is creating that aberration effect. Like, he's not clear about himself anymore. That's really interesting. That's a beautiful way to not even implement the filmmaking, but the filmmaking is now intertwined with the story. That's wow. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm just like picking too much into it, but it makes sense because Jesse James is unclear of himself. All right, guys, just, you know, as a heads up, I'm kind of doing sound. This mic died, so I'm now using my lavalier mic. So just wanted to give you guys an update. Better get rid of that quick, man. Yeah, dude, you better get rid of that quick. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everything was just said. Everything was just said right there. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna hurt him. He felt like he could trust him too.
Kansas City soon. I'll ask somebody.
Oh man, he felt like he could trust him. Oh my God. Yo, Brad Pitt's expression is just...
You two ready?
Oh my God. Jeez, man. This movie is crazy. This movie is crazy. It's so crazy, man. The camera movement with the performances are just like top notch. Oh my God. He sees him through the mirror too. Oh. God, man.
None of which he mailed.
Damn. Oh my God. Jeez, man. And remember that talk about suicide that he had with Jesse James with the ice? Oh my God.
It was Robert Ford, that dirty little coward. Oh.
Dang. You know you messed up in life when you have like a whole diss track aimed towards you.
Edward
God, man.
in the Colorado Penitentiary for second-degree murder.
This is crazy, man.
There would be no eulogies for Bob. No photographs of his body would be sold in sundries.
God, man, yo, this is crazy. I did not know it was like this, though.
But Robert Ford would only lay on the floor and look at the ceiling, the light going out of his eyes, before he could find the right one.
That was a lot to take in. Guys, that was the Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. All right, everybody, we just got done wrapping up this film. Wow, there's a lot to say here. And again, my mic died, and I caught it just before it cut out, so I'm using the lavalier mics. You guys let me know if this is something that you want to continue. Should I continue using this mic, or should I continue using the lavaliers? I don't really mind either way. I just like using that mic because it, I don't know, makes me feel a little bit more professional in terms of helping me think of things to analyze. It's more psychological, really. But guys, that was an incredible film. That was an incredible film. It was long, but I think this is a rare case where I'm happy that it was long. You know, this film, in a way, it almost reminded me of Paul Thomas Anderson's films. Not just in length, but the characters and the deep dives into these characters. However, that added with Roger Deakins' cinematography, my God, my goodness, you know, it was a work of art. It was a work of art. This is something that I feel like could have been easily told, and I say easily lightly because it really isn't, but it could have been told in a very straightforward crime thriller fashion, right? However, because of the fact that this was just shot and handled and directed in a way where, you know, and with the performances and everything as well, in a way where it was artistic, and the shots just created such a element to the story that is almost hard to describe, but it's like ripping away a facade. You know, it's ripping away what you may think is, you know, what you've always thought, but instead this is the reality, the brutal reality of things. And just, it blew my mind. literally, it blew my mind, and I love some of the themes that were told through, obviously, Roger Deakins' style of cinematography with the aberration effect, you know, the blurred outlinings and everything like that. And I love that towards the end, as we finally realize Jesse James himself, you know, him dealing with a lot of internal problems, not really knowing his identity, and looking at himself in the mirror, not really recognizing what that is. And it finally clicked when he looked out the mirror, out the window, and the aberration effect was there. But it wasn't because of the lens; it was because he was looking at the window, or like a reflection, and he couldn't see it clearly. And man, I mean, I can only interpret that as him trying to figure out himself, him trying to figure out his identity. And you know, reflections are used multiple times. You know, him looking at the ice, him looking at mirrors, him, you know, obviously during the flashbacks, no, not the flashbacks, the narration sequences, and then him looking at the window, and then finally seeing Robert Ford assassinate him. This was a beautiful film. Thank you guys for recommending me this. You guys, please let me know what your thoughts are about this. Do you agree or disagree with some of the things that I've said? Again, let me know if you think that rocking out with these mics are a good idea, or should I continue doing this, or you know, do whatever is fine. I don't really mind too much. But again, guys, thank you so much for the love that you've been showing this channel. This was an incredible journey. I love this, and I'm so happy to just continue this going forward. So as always, guys, you know the drill. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free. Just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.